Let me be real with you guys. If this week felt harder than usual, it's not just you, right? Markets right now are reacting to global tension, and that changes everything. The clean setups are more rare, the fake outs are everywhere. And if you're trading it this like a normal week, then you're probably getting punished, right? So in this video right here, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what happened on NQ this week, how I navigated it using my model, and what you actually need to focus on when the market starts moving like this, right? Now, it's important to say that there are 2 days this week that I took off because I did not like what I was seeing off the rip. And now that might have been a mistake by me because the PA might have been clean. We're going to look at it right here. But usually when I get on it, I don't like what I see. I instantly get off, right? I will not mess around. I don't need to trade every single day, and I will not trade every single day, okay? So let's get started right with Monday, right? We have this big new week opening gap right here. Quite clean, quite simple. Usually new week opening gap is usually a pretty good draw. So I think we're good to go to the high here, right? Now, on the bigger time frame, you can see our trend is super bullish. We just kind of swept this little bottom low here. So I think that we're ready to go higher, ready to soar through the skies, right? So here we're going back to the 15-minute. We see we had a nice push up. Nice little kind of accumulation, manipulation, distribution to the downside, taking out these lows. Now we're going to put our fib right here, and we're going to try to catch an entry to go target the high of this, right? We're going to start at 9:30 as we only trade past 9:30, or at least I do in my model, right? So dropping down to the 1 minute here, we're going to kind of see what's going on, see if we can get any kind of a pullback. Looks like the start of a decent pullback here, but I could be mistaken. We're going to fix our fib. And price decided to come down nicely. Big move up here. I don't know what happened here at 950. Unfortunate. No EQ tap. Barely missing it here. Gonna extend our fib once more. Hopefully we can get anything. We didn't quite reach the top there. Did we tap EQ on this leg? We probably did, but it was yeah, nothing really good here for me. We're gonna let this thing play out. Now that we've tapped the high, we did tap EQ of this leg. We can bring this up here now to this leg here and kind of see if we can get maybe another EQ tap to go higher. See if the price wants to respect it. We're gonna look at these candles print here. We have two fair value gaps overlapping here. I do like that a little bit. We also probably have a 5 minute. We actually don't. 5 minute is much lower. We're going to play it a little bit patient here. We're going to look at what's going on. Get a little candle lower here. We're getting ready, possibly willing to snap an entry here soon-ish. We're going to do fixed contract size. Nice candle here, displacing right off at OTE. We're going to go for 5 cons here. We're going to slap that by. Stop loss right there at the low TP. We're going to send TP as high as we can. We're going to take 3. Or I guess we could take one at the high and one around here somewhere, possibly the EQ of this bearish leg, which is right above this high. This is kind of how I navigate the market, guys. I kind of just look at equilibrium, so where they stand and how the price is pushing, always following the trend, making sure the trend is my friend, making sure that I am always aligning myself with where the market seems to be drawing. So buy side here, hit right at EQ. We're going to sell one, and we're going to move our stop right to BE. We do not want to be messing around here once we hit that EQ point. And there you go. This is exactly why, guys, you always want to keep in mind where EQ is. Now we've just swept that low. Now what we could do, again, is just mark out this right here and go for another EQ retrace if we can get it, right? If we don't get it, then that's fine. We call it a day and we wait until tomorrow. There's always going to be another trading day, guys. Do not get sucked into trading every single move of the market. There's that EQ tap. Nice respect. I like the fact that we respected the candle as well. We kind of respected the kind of respected exactly EQ. I would like to see a little lower into this rejection block though. So what I could do is either enter an entry position here with a wide stop, which is what I'll do. Right, I'll just put a stop here, and then my other 4 cons will get tagged in lower if we do get it to go a little lower, right? Because the trend is our friend, we want to align ourselves with the trend, right? But we don't want to overexpose ourselves. We take the high, we can go break even now, right? Our risk is now pretty set, and our TP will set it right there at the high, which was around a 1-to-1, which is not the best trade in the world. Nice retrace here. I do like seeing this retracement off of EQ there. Put another EQ OTE tap. We'll slap 2 more contracts right here. Average our position up. Stop loss goes at the low. And now we have a 1-to-2 that's set up nicely for us. Inverse value gap, take the high, we go break even. and we take TP. And just like that, guys, that is how you want to navigate the market. You want to add when you see fit. You want to make sure that the price is respecting your trend. You want to identify your drawn liquidity, and you want to follow the trend, right? Developer bias, right? And then identify where market wants to draw towards and execute on where price should react. And that is basically my whole model, right? Trend, drawn liquidity, bias. Where should the market react? EQ OTE is where I really like to do my business at. And then after that, it's, do we react nicely? Do we get a 1 minute CRT possibly? Do we get a 1 minute CISD, breaker structure, candle engulfing, inverse rally gap? Any reason to enter the trade is a good reason to enter the trade. Okay, so there you go. That was Monday. We've taken our trades. We are good to go here. We are up 2,735 USD on the day. So let's just fast forward into the next day here. So here we go. We are now Tuesday. We're on the 50-minute. Price is still super bullish, right? So our trend is what? Bullish bias. Go back to EQ of this big candle here that broke this high and possibly get a nice reaction from there. So we're going to mark it out right now. We're going to mark out our candle. We didn't quite get to EQ at this point here. We're going to drop down to the 5-minute. We have a nice 5-minute fair value gap right here, chilling right under EQ, right in discount, right? Now, there is a chance that we could go lower, so we do want to kind of eye it, make sure we get our nice confirmations to enter the trade. We're going to drop to the 1 minute, knowing that we have a 5-minute fair value gap right around here somewhere, right? So now at this point, we're going to be letting this thing play out. Now, market did open higher here, and this, I don't know if this went back to EQ. If it did, it's going to change what I do a little bit. It actually didn't. We did print a new low, so we could be interested in seeing OTE of this, especially because we have relative equal highs up here, okay? So what that means is that because we printed relative equal high and market is super strong, didn't even come back to EQ and broke the high again, we could use this new leg up here with our OTE. We kind of just want to look. We are respecting this 1 minute. I do like that. Do we have any 5-minute possibly sitting right there? We do not, but we do have an inverse rejection block and a 3-minute rejection block and a 3-minute fair value gap. So from there, if we break back out of OTE, possibly going to be willing to slap something here. We could go down to the 30-second even to get even more confirmation of a candle breaking out. If we do get it. If we don't get it, then we don't get it, and that's fine, right? So let's print one candle here. Ooh, we almost got it. This is kind of bearish here. We're going to go back to the 1 minute because I one tick, I'm good. Print 1 minute. Nice candle closing back above OTE or right at OTE. To be honest, I would like to see some more confirmation here. This is not quite enough for me. Could be willing to enter one starter position. Stop super duper tight here, right? TP at the high. If we break back above, could slap another con or two possibly. So we did get the closure above equal highs right there. It's enough for me to go full size here. Our full size was what, 5 cons. We're gonna slap 5 cons here, equal highs right there. Take one contract off here, go break even at this point, and just let this thing soar if we can get it. And if we don't, then we don't. And ooh, this is not looking great for us here, but it's super. The risk is good, right? We sweep OTE. We only lost what here? About $1,000 or so. So we can still send about another 5 to 1K risk, which is probably what we're gonna do if we can get any good reaction. This is the reaction I was looking for. Little sweep here past 10 a.m. Nice little reaction, closing back above, closing in between these things here. We could be willing to slap it again. This is big risk though, but could be willing to risk it all the way down to here. And then we could always target new highs, right? Ideally, actually, you know what? I'm going to go a little less risk because I did say that I wanted $500 risk. So there we go, $500 risk, target the high, 1 T1 contract will be off here, and then the rest of the high. And we can go break even around anywhere really, possibly at EQ this leg down, which is a little before this 1 minute fair value gap. So let's get it, right? Let's get this thing and see if we can do anything. We do get the somebody's at my door. We do get the nice push up. This is EQ of the bearish leg, but it's not quite enough for me here to say, okay, let's go break even. Why? Because this thing could definitely come back, right? We're not even past. I like to go break even when my entry is in discount. So let's say price was like this, right? My entry is below equilibrium and it's not in discount. That I don't mind. But right now it seems a little early, a little premature. So we're gonna wait. We get a nice pullback here. Now we could go to this here. Now I like this. Now we got the pullback back to these highs, kind of using it as resistance. Move up, broke the high again. Willing to go higher here, and we will just kind of wait. And we get a nice push up here as soon as we take this. If we do take this again, we don't have to, right? We're going to drop down to 1. I'm actually going to put a limit order right there just in case. I don't want to miss it. There we go. Took it. Our one contract can now be moved up to here, simply because we did make a nice low here, and I do like it. If prices are coming back down like it is right now, I could be interested in moving it a little lower. Considering EQ of this leg is here, I will move it back towards right at right at my entry, basically, right? And now I'm going to take this back off. I don't need it. And if we can break the high again, which we just did, wow, all right, amazing. Now I can put my stop right there at this low. Use this low as my kind of and wait, what else can I target here? I could probably go fairly higher. Don't want to be too greedy, but there has to be some form of liquidity to target. Oh boy. Okay. So it looks like this is all kind of a big gap, and this would be a crazy TP. So we're kind of just gonna go for we're just gonna go for a fix R. This is what we're gonna do. So ideally you do this before entering the trade. Obviously we're in market replay, so I didn't. My entry is right there. My stop was at this low, and we're gonna target 1 to 3, which is exactly where it's at. So we're gonna leave it there and see if we do can get it. So a nice 1 to 3 with 1 con, so half of our position, and we do end up getting it. Nice. So 1 win, 1 loss today, up 3,600 on the account so far. Looking good. Max equity drawdown was about 2K. Total trades 9 with the TPs and stuff. Profit factor of 4. Profitable trade around 66% so far on the week. Not a bad week. Pretty good week. I do say so myself. Let's go on to Wednesday. All right, so we are now Wednesday, and it's kind of the same story all week, isn't it? We kind of just move up, and then we kind of chop overnight. So same idea here. We probably did get the OTE retrace already here. So this leg already retraced the OTE. We're going to drop down to the 5-minute, and we're kind of going to be looking for the same thing. We do have a big pullback here at 9:45. We will at 9:45. Oh, it's a little too late, huh? This could have been the entry. Actually, no, it's a little too deep to be the entry. We will be waiting for the other pullback if we can get one. Obviously, we don't have to get one. We did break this high here. Could be either using this leg here or this leg here. I haven't quite decided yet. We'll see what PA kind of gives us here on Wednesday. We make a new high here. We start coming back down a little bit. I do like taking this liquidity and this rejection block as a resistance, so we will be using this leg here. And then if we get stopped out, then we can just use a bigger time frame leg and kind of go for a bigger RR trade, right? So now we're kind of just, again, waiting for a pullback. If we can get one, oof, super close here. Although it looks like it might want to go anyways. Taps EQ right there. This EQ tap is a little... It's a little not enough for me, right? I kind of need it. I said I did like seeing those here being taken, or at least some form of nice reaction. So we'll see, possibly get a second stage distribution if we can get one. Nice reaction here, nice kind of move. We are in the premium. If we get an inverse, maybe on the 15 or 30, but even then, I don't think I like it that much so far. Now it could go, but again, this is a little too like not what I want to see, right? Like it's not textbooked enough for me to take it. It was unfortunately a decent trade. We did go to EQ and then take the high. So what do? We move this back like this, EQ, and then we just wait for it to come back to EQ again, right? Which it does right there. OTE, nice reaction from it. I do like that. We're going to enter again our 5 cons. Hopefully the risk is not too big here. With the stop right there below and TP at as high as we can, right? And we will be taking 3 at this high. So, not buy it. So let's see what we can do here. The risk is a little big, but we do get a nice push here. Not quite willing to go BE until we take the high. So we will wait a bit. Take the high right there, BE, and then we can go for a fixed R once again for our runners. So we'll go for a 1 to 3 again, which I think I nailed again. Holy shit, I'm accurate with my 1 to 3s today. Because I know exactly where they are, right? And then we just end up taking it. God damn, this week was actually clean. And I walked off Tuesday and Wednesday, by the way. Both days that we just kind of nailed. It is a bit easier always on replay, right? But up 6.8K this week so far. Looking good. What's our profit factor is 6.7, 75% profitable trade. Looking decent here on the analysis. Our gross loss is about 1K. Our gross profit is about 8K. So looking pretty decent here, right? All right, let's move on to the next day, which was Thursday. You guys know me, right? 1 trade a day, 1 double day, and then we call it off. So let's go on to Thursday, right? Again, the same thing, right? Move up the next day or chop overnight. SND on the day, might be willing to take the low. We'll see. We're gonna let market open here. It's currently 9:15. If I'm not mistaken. I'll print one more candle here, and there's the market open. We did take the low. Potential S&D day. It's important to look at those, and then we take the London low. From there, now I would love to see a pullback, a move up, pullback, and then we go, because this leg here just took these lows, right? So we do want to see the highs get taken for a potential pullback for us to go back to the highs. So let's wait a little bit. I could see this as a potential entry because we do have a leg here, EQ respect, move up at this point. We do have stacked highs, and I don't think that we hit EQ of it. We did not. We did not. So this could be a potential early entry again with super low risk. But I won't. The reasoning is super simple. If this was live and I remember seeing it live, I remember thinking I want to take the high before we go. So we will wait for that if it does happen. And oh my god, I might. All right, you guys are gonna think I'm cheating, but I swear to you, I'm not. Okay. Oh, I just deleted something I didn't want to. And so we're gonna take all this sell side here, wait for a price to take the high, and take it with nice displacement. There we go. This is a nice displacement, taking these two highs here. Now we can go. We do have equal lows here, so we do want to be very careful again here, right? But we are going to be waiting for an EQ tap because I do want to see my EQ tap before I go. All right. There's EQ, respective OTE. This is honestly enough for me right there to send it fully in right there. Stop right there. Super tight risk. 2K. Ooh, not as tight as I thought it was going to be. How's that 2K? All right, so we're going to reduce the risk slightly, put it at 1K. And we are going to be putting our TP pretty much wherever we want, right? We will be taking one contract off right there, and then another off possibly at these stacked highs here, right before this gap, and then the rest will probably be just like a floating one. RR speaking, this is looking like a big trade here, at least a 1 to 5. So if we do get stopped out, we can always enter again, right? Again, I gave myself 2 tries. 1 win is enough though. Once we win 1, we're out. So, ooh, this is not, yeah, insta stop out. Unfortunate. All good though. I did know that it was an early entry, right? So we could wait. And we also had a pretty big bearish leg here, so a little unfortunate. But it is what it is. I do like this little candle here after, but we are going to be waiting for a little bit more here. Possibly a move up, breaking these highs. Again, these equal lows are sussing me out slightly, but we will be waiting for possibly a break back above EQ could be fine too. Respect this 1 minute. I do want to see a candle move higher here. This I like a decent amount. We're gonna send one contract less than before, just so our risk is a little or around the same. TP at the high. We get a decent move up here because we only have one con that we can kind of partial here. I don't know if I want to partial, maybe just BE here and then hopefully kind of wait for it to go to these double marks here. It does look like a better target anyways, so right around there somewhere. Now we will wait. Price makes a new low, ends up not quite breaking the high yet. We're gonna wait for this price to break the high. Breaks the high. At this point now we can go BE right below this low here that it just created. If price ends up coming back down, we will be open to, ooh, we do get the SMT here. Might be open to pulling the stop back and just letting price rip, because I do think the RR is really good on this trade, and it would make no sense to get stop BE and miss this move. Even if we get stopped out, right? It happens. Losing these are part of the equation. And we get our move up. Perfect. We didn't even get the move back down here. We go BE at this point now, and now we're kind of just waiting, right? The TP up here is a 1 to 5, which is very, very, very much so enough for me. So if price wants to get there, amazing. We will trail if we do end up making a new low and breaking that high. Break the high, we made a new low here. Trailing stop right there. If we get stopped again, we get stopped again. If we don't, we don't. And we take TP. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We probably could have left the runner even more, but it is what it is. So far up 8.6K on the account, 68.75% profitable trade, 4.4 profit factor. Looking decent on the week. Very, very good week here so far. We're going to be going over to Friday. All right, so we are Friday. We did get a nice move up here around 8:45, possibly coming from Trump, right? We are in a wartime, and price ends up moving back down. During war times, I do want to say that you kind of want to trade as if normal. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. A news can disrupt your trade. Just put your stop in place. If it happens, it happens. Suck it up and just move on with your life. Really, you can't really do much about it, so you just kind of have to live with it, right? It is what it is. So again, bullish, right? Move up, break the high. Super bullish at 845. No reason to short this. We're currently at all-time high. Our target will be up here, most likely. I do like seeing this big retrace here. Swept kind of these equal lows over here. Market opens in about 1 minute. We're probably looking at around an EQ here where we are now, or even OTE. Could be interesting to enter a trade very soon here, right at market open. Sweep the low, ends up closing back, not past EQ or OTE. Sweep this low one more time, maybe getting a potential upward candle. Nope, straight down. All right. Now, because we did break OTE, although this could be a valid kind of fib as well, so we are just going to be pulling this down here. Not much to enter on here. No engulfing, no inverse for value gap, no real reaction. Kind of just candles printing, going higher a little bit here. If we did want to enter here, we'd probably have to go BE around these equal highs or around this EQ area here. So we will be waiting a little bit. Oh, and price ends up moving up nicely right at these highs. So we are going to be waiting a little bit here. Now at this point, if you really want to be sure, you can put another fib here. And if it touches your EQ there on this leg up, then you can enter with a good entry, stop at the low, and you can kind of go BE at this high with these triple highs actually that got created there. So you know what? I'm actually going to do exactly that. I'm going to be putting a limit order right there to buy 5 at this EQ. If it gets there, it gets there. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It looks like it won't create another equal high. 4 equal highs there. Oh shit. Tagged in. Hopefully not stopped out though, right? We are going to be waiting a little bit here. We are using this leg here and this leg there. So again, stop at the low. Ooh, this risk is a little too extra. I wish I could have beaten a little bit less risk here, but it is what it is, I guess. I didn't want to risk 2k per trade. Oh my lord. Okay, so we are here. What I'm going to do, because we're on BE, I'm going to take 2 contracts off because I did want to have around 2k risk. And we're just going to act as if I enter with 3, right? I just took $200 profit, whatever. It is what it is, right? So now we will be willing to take 1 contract off here at these multiple highs. We also have EQ. So what we're going to do, this is around what, a 1-to-1-ish. Right there. Yeah, 1-to-1. So it's not super risk, but we will be taking 1 there and then possibly 1 around here somewhere around at the high, depending on how the price moves here from here on out, right? Nice inverse for value gap here. Our stop is gonna stay right where it is, and we break through the high. Now we can move BE. If price is coming back down, then we will be kind of monitoring it. There it is. So we're gonna move this back down a little bit. We do want to see the high broken through one more time. High gets broken through one more time. Perfect. Now we can go at this low. Kind of let that chill there. We're gonna take 1 at this high here, and we can also take 1 around here somewhere, but we are going to be just looking at how price prints at this point here. We are in the 1 minute, so this should be printing super fast if we're in a trade, right? It's not stressful at all. And now we make a big low. If we break this high one more time, you guys know what the drill is. We move our stop, and we do break the high. Stop gets moved to here. You can also take 1 con here at this point, really, because we are making some nice strides. Don't want to get too eager, and we take the high. Now we are at a 1 to 3 RR. We could either be super greedy and hold to higher, like, because every single day we've done that. But realistically, if I'm in this trade right now and it's Friday and I'm up on the week and everything's looking good and it's already 10:40, I'm going on about my day and I'm closing this trade out fully. Now, is this a mistake from a business standpoint? Possibly, but life is about being happy, okay? So if you were to keep going, possibly could have caught way more, but oh, maybe I didn't make the right decision actually. But percentage of chopping, holy chop. But it probably did end up going higher, right? Because we are in such a bullish market. But you do not want to get too caught up in the charts, right? Do what you got to do, and then you step off. So let's see if price ends up going higher here. Oh, maybe it didn't actually. Oh, I'm on the 1 minute. Hold on. 15. And yeah, there you go. Oh, actually, it didn't. All right, great decision by me. Always making the right decisions. But really nice week here of trading. Up 15 bands on the week. The last trade, actually, no, I did fix the last trade, so this is pretty accurate here with 2k risk per trade, right? Around 2k risk per trade. Took a total of, well, it says 20 trade, but that's with the TP and the partials and the bing. So 75% profitable trades, 7 profit factor. Very decent week here. These analytics all look very solid, right? So here are the stats for the week, right? 15 winning trades, 3 losing trades, 75% profitable, average P&L of around 750, average winning trade of around 1.1K, average losing trade of around 830. This is with partials, by the way, right? 1.41 average win-loss, again, with partial, okay? So the 1R partial into the 2-3R do average out to around that, right? And the largest winning trade is around almost 3K, while the largest losing trade was around 1.3K, right? Now, at this point in time, we do think that the week was super good, right? And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this kind of video, please like, comment, subscribe, join the free Discord if you guys are interested in trading live with me. I love every single one of you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.